think the quiet is peaceful? Nah, that's the ghost of giving up. Breathing on your neck. Pick up the phone. Somebody's still calling your name. Don't you let that ghost sit down in your chest. He ain't your friend, he ain't the rest. He'll tell you close your eyes, it's easier to sleep, but a closed eye never learns to leave. Live your life, every breath, every scar. That ghost is a liar, he won't take you far. You think giving up is the end of the pain. No, it's handing the devil your own last name. So live your life. I know the feeling, 3 a.m. ceiling fan, brain doing laps like a trap marathon, man. You got the text you didn't answer, the call you didn't make, the mirror showing somebody you swore you wouldn't break. You say, what's the point? I'm just a dot on a timeline. Ghost whispers exactly, so I keep climbing. He shows you a movie of every bad decision, the girl who left, the job that died, the lost religion. But here's what that movie leave on the cutting room floor. The mornings you got up anyway and open the door. The dollar you gave when you only had two, the hand you held when nobody held you. See, the ghost of giving up is the selective editor. He don't show the part where you're still the competitor. He says you're tired, yeah, tired ain't dead. He says you're broken, broken still has a thread. And that thread, that's a rope, that rope is a ladder. That ladder is the only thing that matters. Oh. Don't you let that ghost sit down in your chest. He ain't your friend, he ain't the rest. He'll tell you close your eyes, it's easier to sleep, but a closed eye never learns to leave. They live your life, every breath, every scar. That ghost is a liar, he won't take you far. You think giving up is the end of the pain. No, it's handing the devil your own last name. So live your life. I almost shook his hand once, let me tell you that day. The bridge was high, the water gray, my soul was an ashtray. Ghost said step up, nobody's gonna miss you long. I put one foot over the railing and I heard a song. Some old woman on the bench, humming off key. Didn't even know I was there, but that saved me. Not because it was magic, because it was alive. And in that one stupid hum, I remembered how to drive away from the ledge, drive back to the mess. Cause the mess meant I was still breathing, still blessed. Blessed ain't the word but happy. Blessed means you choose every morning you wake up and you refuse to lose. So you listening to this beat is the ghost in your ear telling you complete. Your story ain't written the last page. Your worst chapter ain't the end of the stage. I know you're tired. Tired is a soldier's rank, but giving up is a gun with no trigger, just a blank bullet. And nothing changes except you're not there to see the sunrise that answers your prayer. So you right now listening to this beat is the ghost in your ear telling you complete what? Your story ain't written the last page. The worst chapter ain't the end of the stage. I know you're tired. Tired is a soldier's rank, but giving up is a gun with no trigger, just a blank bullet. And nothing changed except you're not there to see the sunrise that answers your prayer. What if tomorrow is the day the phone rings? What if the help you need has two wings? What if the ghost is just a shadow of your fear, and turning around is all it takes to make them disappear? I've been where you are, I felt that cold hand, but I learned the ghost of giving up cannot stand the sound of a heartbeat that says one more try. So take a breath, look that ghost in the eye and say, you won't sit down in my chest. You ain't my future, you ain't my rest. You tell me close my eyes, I'll open them wide. Every scar I own is a place I survive. I'm gonna live my life, every breath, every scar. You're a liar, ghost, you won't take me far. Giving up ain't the end of the pain. It's handing my story to the wind and the rain. So I live my life, live my life, live my life. I'm putting down the ghost and picking up the light. Don't you let them win. is just a shadow without your light. You're still here, good. Now call somebody, tell them you're alive.
Yeah. You think you know what a scar is? A scar ain't just a mark. It's the breath that stayed when the rest of you wanted to stop. Remember when you told me time heals everything? I laughed, but not the funny kind. The kind that breaks your ribs from the inside. See, I got this line right here, from my elbow to my wrist. From the night I tried to prove that I didn't exist. They say, let go like it's a switch you can flip, but my body keeps a diary that my mouth forgot to script. Every scar on me is a sentence. Every sentence is a scream that never found a door. I got one from my father's belt, 1994. I got one from the broken glass when she walked out the door. I got one I don't even remember. My brain just checked the score and said we're not going back there anymore. But here's the lie, they sell you on the billboards and the hymns, that healing means you don't feel it when the phantom pain begins. But these scars, they breathe, they rise and fall like a second heartbeat. They don't ask permission to hurt at 3 a.m. They just remind me you're still here, my friend. Yeah, these scars, they breathe. They ain't proof that I'm broken, they're proof that I agree. And every time they ache, I put my hand on the place and I say thank you for the war, thank you for the grace. The scars that breathe, the scars that live, they ain't just marks, they're the gift of a body that refused to quit when the soul wanted to split. You ever wake up and trace the lines like a blind man reading Braille? Every bridge is a story where the ending didn't fail. Not cause it was pretty, cause it was ugly and true. And the ugly taught me something that the pretty never knew. I got a scar from loving someone who loved the dark more than me. I got a scar from the job that said you're easily replaceable. See, I got a scar from the doctor who looked at my chart inside, and a scar from the morning I decided not to die. That one was the quietest, no blood, no glass, just the thought that carved itself into my chest like a promise. One more day, just one more, then we'll see. That scar doesn't show on a photograph, but it breathes louder than all the rest combined. These scars, they breathe, they rise and fall like a second heartbeat. They don't ask permission to hurt at 3 a.m. They just remind me you're still here, my friend. Yeah, these scars, they breathe. They ain't proof that I'm broken, they're proof that I grieve. And every time they ache, I put my hand on the place and I say thank you for the war, thank you for the grace. These scars that breathe, the scars that live, they ain't just marks, they're the gift of a body that refused to quit when the soul wanted to split. These scars, they breathe, they rise and fall like a second heartbeat. They don't ask permission to hurt at 3 a.m. They just remind me you're still here, my friend. These scars, they breathe. They ain't proof that I'm broken, they're proof that I agree. And every time they ache, I put my hand on the place and I say thank you for the war, thank you for the grace. These scars that breathe, the scars that live, the scars that ain't just marks, they're the gift of a body that refused to quit when the soul wanted to split. The world wants you to hide your scars, put on long sleeves, change the subject. But I say, let them breathe, let them catch the air. Let them tell the truth that your mouth is too tired to speak. Because the opposite of a scar is not perfection. The opposite of a scar is a lie. I met a woman on a bus, her face was a map of fire. She said I was in a burning house. I am the one who didn't expire. I touched my own hidden scar below my collarbone, and for the first time in 10 years I didn't feel alone. She said, when I wake up and the skin feels tight, I imagine my scars are roots holding me to the light. We cried to strangers, to topographies of pain, and then she got off at a stop and I never saw her again. But that moment, that one small, sacred, second-long grace told me that scars are not the end of the race. They are the track, the worn down, patched up, beautiful track, and every breath they take is a step forward, not back. These scars, they breathe, they rise and fall like a second heartbeat, like a second heartbeat. They don't ask permission to hurt at 3 a.m. They just remind me you're still here, my friend. These scars, they prove that I'm broken, they prove that I agree. And every time they ache, I put my hand on the place and I say, thank you for the war, thank you for the grace, thank you for the war, thank you for the war. The scars that breathe, the scars that live, they ain't just marks, they're the gift of a body that refused to quit when the soul wanted to split. Let them breathe, let them breathe. You are not ruined, you are a breathing archive of survival. Every scar you have is a lung. Inhale, exhale. Scars that breathe never die, they just learn to fly.
There is a fire in you that the world has been trying to put out since the day you were born. They pour cold water on your dreams, they threw mud on your name. They blew hard against everything you tried to build. And still, there is a fire in you. You may not feel it right now. It may feel like ash. It may feel like the very last ember fading in the wind. But I need you to understand something about fire. You only need one spark, one, and everything changes. I know what it feels like when the lights go out, when the silence in the room is all you hear, when the plans you made have crumbled into nothing, and the only thing you feel is hollow fear. I know what it means to lie awake at midnight, running every failure through your mind, replaying every moment that went wrong, and all the versions of yourself you left behind. The business that you started with your savings, the years you gave to someone who just left, the body that betrayed you in the middle of the chapter where you gave your very best, the city that swallowed all your ambition, the door that closed before you got inside, the version of the future that you buried when the last of your reserves ran dry, and the world kept spinning like it did not even notice, the earthquake happening inside your chest, and you kept performing all the daily motions while quiet and collapsing with the rest of all the things you thought that you could control before the storm arrived without a warning. It stripped away the scaffolding and left you standing in the rubble of your moaning. But here is the thing about a fire in the dark: the darker the room, the more visible the spark, the quieter the night, the louder the flame, and everything that tried to drown you did not even know your name, because your name is survivor, your name is still standing, your name is the fire that the storm could not kill. And tonight, right now, this very second, that ember in your chest is burning still. So pick it up, that thing you put down, pick it up right now off the ground. The dream is not dead, it was waiting for this, for the moment you decided that enough was enough, and the fire in the dark refuses to be dismissed. There is a fire in the dark. hand that tried to end you, every voice that said you're finished. Fed the fire, fed the fire, fed the fire. There is a fire in the dark. It is you, it has always been you. Burning through, burning through. The fire in the dark is burning through. Let me speak about the storms that come in silence, the ones that never make a sound when they arrive, the kind that settle in the bones like winter, make the simple act of breathing feel like a drive. Against the current of a river running backwards, against the logic of a world that will not bend, against the version of yourself that used to flourish before the dark became a place without an end. There is a storm of being overlooked completely, of pouring out your gifts and hearing nothing back, of sending out the work and sitting waiting and watching every door shut down the track. There is a storm of loving someone deeply and watching them choose someone else instead. There is a storm of being the responsible one who holds the whole house up but goes to bed with no one ever asking, are you okay? No one ever noticing the way, no one ever pausing in the hallway to say, I see you when you're doing great. There is a storm of age, of feeling past it, of watching younger faces fill the room, of wondering if the world has moved beyond you, and whether you are blooming or in bloom too soon. There is the storm of starting over, always over, of building what gets knocked down every time, of climbing back to something that resembles the summit, only finding another climb. There is a storm of poverty, of choosing between the heat and food upon the shelf, of working every hour God sends and still finding yourself one crisis from the edge yourself. There is the storm of being first in your family, to try for something no one tried before, and carrying the weight of everyone behind you while walking through a completely unfamiliar door. And I am naming every one of these because I need you to know that I know that the storm you are in has a specific shape and a specific weight and a specific temperature, and no one else gets to tell you how big or small it is, or how long you are allowed to feel it. What I am telling you is this: the fire survived every single one of those storms. The fire's still here, the fire's in the dark and it is burning. So stand up from that place on the floor. Stand up, you were made for more. The event is not lost, it is sharpened by the trial. The delay was not rejection, it was refinement. And the fire in the dark has been burning all this while.
They told me nothing grows here, barren ground, frozen sky. But they forgot, seeds don't need permission. There's a light when nothing grows, a tiny flame that no one knows. The earth is cracked, the well is dry, but still I see it, no goodbye. There's a light where nothing grows, it doesn't ask the wind to blow. It burns on ashes, breathes on dust, a single yes inside the must. Don't tell me that the dark wins, don't tell me that the seed sins. I've been underground for years, and I'm still here, I'm still here. I remember the morning I started recognizing my own hands, staring at the ceiling like a map of no man's land. The doctor said chemical imbalance, I said call it what you want, but the name don't fill the crater where your laughter used to haunt. I tried the pills, the therapy, the gratitude jar. I tried to just exercise and to fake it till you are, but then nothing was a garden and I was just the dirt. Every seed I tried to plant just turned into a hurt. My friends got tired of calling. She's always in the mood. My mother prayed in whispers, God, bring back my baby, please. I wanted to tell him I'm still in here, somewhere deep, but the nothing grew so thick I couldn't find the key. Then one night, 1:47, I dropped the glass on the floor, and I watched the water spread like a map to a door, not a real door, a crack in the nothing's armor. And I thought, what if the smallest thing is the largest grammar? What if the light where nothing grows ain't a firework or sun? What if it's just a stubborn thought that says you're not done? There's a light where nothing grows, a tiny flame that no one knows. The earth is cracked, the well is dry, but still I see it, no goodbye. There's a light where nothing grows, it doesn't ask the wind to blow. It burns on ashes, breathes on dust, a single yes inside the must. Don't tell me that the dark wind, don't tell me that the seed sins. I've been underground for years, and I'm still here, yeah, I'm still here. They ask me, how do you keep going when there's nothing to hold? I say, have you ever loved the flower that died before it got old? You still water the dirt, you still talk to the ghost of the stem, because the act of hoping is the hope, not the outcome, amen. I started small, a shower, a toothbrush, a single text. I'm still alive, 3 words that felt like breaking a hex. Then nothing laughed at me, that's pathetic, that's not a win. I said, watch me make a universe from the space I'm standing in. I drew a sunrise on my wrist with a blue ballpoint pen. I told the mirror, you're not my enemy, you're my witness, my friend. I went outside and found a crack in the concrete by the curb, and in that crack a single weed green, and absurd. That weed was my cathedral, that weed was my chandelier, because nothing grows there except the things that refuse to disappear. You think a desert is empty, you think a wasteland is done. The deepest roots are the quietest, and they've only just begun. So if you're sitting in the nothing right now, listening to this song, know that the light is not outside you. It's the fact that you're still holding on. That's the light, that's the light, that's the light. Don't tell me that the seeds in no sins. I've been underground for years, and I'm still here, I'm still here. That weed in the crack, that's you, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. That's every person who was told nothing grows here, and grew anyway. The light where nothing grows, the light where nothing grows, the light where nothing grows. Breathe it in. You're the seed, you're the stem, you're the light. They told me I was broken, so I picked up every piece, and I painted all the cracks with gold. Now I'm walking in my masterpiece. I used to count the shattered points like grave sites on a map. Every sorry from my father, every lover's cheap collapse. Every time I wasn't pretty enough, smart enough, tough. Every mirror that looked back and said, you're not enough, give up. I believed it for a minute, okay, maybe a decade. I wore my worthlessness like an old coat in the shade, but the shade never wore me, and the coat just weighed me down, till I met an old man in Kyoto who turned the whole thing around. He said, girl, why you hiding all the places where you broke? That's where the light gets in, that's where the stories wrote. He showed me a bowl shattered glue with the rivers of pure gold. Said this bowl is worth more now than the day it left the mold. And something in my chest cracked open, but different this time, like a wall that falls to let a guard and climb. I'm not a mistake, kintsugi, watch me glow. Every scar is a river where the gold flows. You told me I was worthless. Look at me now. I turn my worst breaks into my crown. A heart made of kintsugi. Can't you see? The cracks are just the map of how I survive me. I'm not shattered, I'm assembled with light. And I'll never let the dark rewrite what's right. Yeah, I'm broken, but broken is beautiful tonight. Let me take you to the morning, I couldn't get out of bed. The voice inside said it, I listened and I fled. But fleeing isn't failing, it's a different kind of fight. Sometimes the bravest thing you do is survive another night. I collected my own pieces from the floor of 2014. The job that fired me, the friend who walked out of the scene. The pregnancy, I lost the dream that died before it breathed. I laid them on the table and I said, what have I to green? And Grace said everything, but then a whisper said it more. Because every piece you're holding is a lock and you're the door. So I stopped trying to hide the seams, stopped begging for a new design. And I painted every crack with gold. Now the whole world's mine. I'm not the base they threw away in rage. I'm kintsugi, every stage of the breaking was a brush stroke in disguise. Now the light pours through my beautiful eyes. A heart made of kintsugi. Watch me glow, watch me glow. Every scar is a river where the gold flows. Gold flows. You told me I was worthless. Look at me now, look at me now. My worst breaks into my crown. A heart made of kintsugi. Can't you see? Can't do cracks are just a map of how I survive me. I'm not shattered, I'm assembled with light. And I'll never let the dark rewrite what's right. Yeah, I'm broken, but broken is beautiful tonight. What if worthless is a word they invented to sell you shame? What if every time you broke, you earned a different name? Not damaged, but interesting. Not ruined, but resilient. Not trash, but treasure with the history that's brilliant. So here's to the girl who tried to end it at 17. Here's to the father who stayed after he lost everything. Here's to the mother who buried a child and still got up. Here's to the heart that keeps breaking and keeps filling every cup with gold. With gold. With gold. Let me hear you say, I am not worthless. Say, I am the kintsugi. Say, every crack is a witness. Say, I am still something. A heart made of kintsugi. Watch me glow. Higher now. Every scar is a river where the gold flows. Where the gold flows. You told me I was worthless. Look at me now. Look at me now. And my worst breaks into my crown. Made of kintsugi. Can't you see? Cracks are just the map of how I survive me. I'm not shattered, I'm assembled with light. When I'll never let the dark rewrite what's right. Yeah, I'm broken, but broken is beautiful tonight. Beautiful tonight. You are not worthless. You are a heart made of kintsugi. Now go and let the light leak through your cracks.
You look around and wonder if you're falling far behind. Watching every other dream seem easier to find. The clock keeps ticking loudly and doubt begins to climb. You start to feel the question, have I run out of time? But every life is written in a rhythm of its own. You still have time to rise. You still have dreams to chase. You still have endless chapters waiting to be faced. No matter where you're standing, no matter
different. Every heart must grow. Every step you're taking is farther than you know. The future isn't written, and the past is not your cage. You still have time to rise. You still have time to rise. You still have dreams to chase. You still have dreams to chase. You still have endless chapters waiting to be faced. No matter where you're standing, no matter where you've been, you still have time to begin again. One day you see the beauty in the road that took your time. Every detour led you to the place you're meant to shine. But every life is written in a rhythm of its own. You still have time to rise. You still have light to find. No matter how the world may rush, your story takes its time. The future isn't written, and the past is not your cage. You still have time to rise. You still have time to rise. You still have light to find. No matter how the world may rush, your story takes its time. The future isn't written, and the past is not your cage. You still have time to rise. You still have time to rise. You still have dreams to chase. You still have dreams to chase. You still have endless chapters waiting to be faced. No matter where you're standing, no matter where you've been, you still have time to begin again.
The avalanche didn't ask permission, it just fell. Buried everything I built, but down here in the dark, I remembered I still have hands. Hey. They told me get ready for the climb. I didn't know they meant that the mountain would collapse and leave me paying rent in the body that was broken, in the mind that couldn't see the difference between the summit and the debris. Last year I had a kingdom, a job, a ring, a name. Now I got a sleeping bag and a mother who's ashamed. She don't say it, but I see it in the way she pours her tea, like she's pouring for a ghost of who I used to be. The avalanche took my father first, cancer in the bone. Then it took my business partner, cleaned me to the bone. Then it took my faith in people when my best friend realized. Then it took my will to wake up, I just stared at empty skies. But here's the thing about the bottom, that the happy never know. The bottom has a floor and floors are where you start to grow. Now with a bang, with a whisper, move your left foot then the right. The ascent after the avalanche is made of broken light. I ain't gonna lie and tell you that it's easy. Every step is bleeding, but the blood writes a story that the snow can never read. This is the ascent after the avalanche. One breath, one scar, one second chance. The mountain tried to bury me alive, but I'm climbing, watch me thrive. This is the ascent after the avalanche. Every fall just taught me how to stand. You can take my house, my name, my pride, but you can't take the climb inside. The climb inside. The climb inside. The climb inside. Hey. I remember week 2, no food, just the echo of my phone. Every number I
make a call. Was a number I'd outgrown. Hey, I know it's been a minute. Could I crash on your couch? 18 voicemails later, not a single come on out. That's a different kind of avalanche, the silence of the crowd. The people you once carried now pretending you're a cloud. Too vague to see, too heavy to hold up. So you learn to be your own warm cup. I started sleeping in the stairwell of a parking garage. Wrote my plans on napkins. Every dream was small mirage, but mirages mean there's water somewhere underneath the sand. So I dug now with a shovel with the calluses of my hands. 30 days of ramen noodles, 60 days of sir please move, 90 days of telling mirrors you ain't dead, you're just in the groove. Then a call came, not a savior, just a part-time graveyard shift. Sweeping floors at a gym where the rich folks live. But that broom became a ladder, that paycheck became a door, and the avalanche to bury me, I'm standing on this floor. No, I ain't gonna lie and tell you that it's over. Every scar's a boulder, but boulders make the mountain higher when you climb over. This is the ascent after the avalanche, after the fall. One breath, one scar, 1 second change. The mountain tried to bury me alive, bury me, but I'm climbing, watch me go. This is the ascent after the avalanche. Every fall just taught me how to stand. I can take my house, my name, my pride, take it all, but you can't take the climb inside. Oh, what if the avalanche is not your enemy? What if it cleared the path of who you had to be? All that fake snow, the lies, the false friends, the pretend peace gone. And now there's nothing left but rocking you, and rock can be a grave or a foundation. So I choose foundation. I choose the crawl, I choose the club, I choose the morning after nothing, because nothing saw me at all. And now I'm climbing, not for glory, not for gold. I'm climbing cause the story of my life ain't finished being told. This is the ascent after the avalanche. Yeah. One breath, one scar, 1 second change, one more chance. The mountain try to bury me alive, try to bury me, but I'm climbing, watch me go. This is the ascent after the avalanche. Every fall just taught me how to stand. My house, my name, my pride, take it, but you can't take the climb inside. Say it loud, the climb inside. I'm alive. Sing, one more step, one more step. The avalanche already happened, you're still here. That means the ascent has already begun.
Yeah. They watching everything fall apart, but they don't know the difference between breaking and unraveling. Unraveling ain't breaking. Unraveling is just a thread coming loose, so you can weave something new. Still here.
When the walls come down, I'm still standing. Thread by thread, I lose it all,
But I don't break.
I just recrawl.
Unbreakable in the unraveling. Every loose string is a song I'm singing.
You can't destroy what's made alive. I fall apart to grow back.
Let me take you to the year my mother lost her mind. Schizophrenia walked in and left the family behind. I was 15 holding pieces of a woman I adored, watching her forget my name. That's a different kind of war than the house with next. Foreclosure letter on the door. My father packed a bag and said I can't do this anymore. So it's just me and the ghost of who we used to be, and the younger brother looking up like what's wrong with me? I remember thinking this is it, the unraveling complete, but something in my rib cage refused to accept defeat. Not because I was strong, cause I was too tired to pretend that falling apart meant the end of my friends. See, unraveling is scary when you think you're just one thread, but I learned I'm a whole sweater, even if the cuffs are shed. Lost my job at 22, lost my faith at 24, lost the girl who swore she stayed. She walked out through the door. But here's the part they don't rap about on the radio. Every time I lost a thread, I found a new way to grow. Unraveling ain't dying, it's a sweater becoming yarn, and yarn can be a blanket, a rope, a scarf to keep you warm.
Unbreakable in the unraveling.
When the walls come down, I'm still standing.
Thread by thread, I lose it all,
But I don't break.
I just recrawl. Unbreakable in the unraveling. Every loose string is a song I'm singing. You can't destroy what's made alive.
No.
I fall apart to grow back.
My best friend OD'd in 2016. I held his hand and watched the machine beat, then go flat. The unraveling came like a tide that wouldn't retreat. I walked outside and screamed until my throat was raw meat. That night, I wrote my first real song, just 3 chords and a cry. Didn't know it then, but that was the moment I learned to fly. Knocked over the pain, threw it like a needle through the cloth. See, unraveling gives you thread and thread can fix a lot. I've been broke, I've been homeless, left in a 92 Civic. I've been told I'm nothing, nobody, a statistical relic. But every time the weave came loose, I grabbed the loose end tight and I pulled it through the darkness till I found a little light.
They say, how do you stay standing when everything falls apart? I say falling is just flying without a map, so trust your heart.
Yeah, the unraveling is a teacher, not a murderer. Listen close, every thread that leaves you teaches you what matters most. My uncle lost his business, then his marriage, then his mind. He sat me down and told me, nephew,
Leave the past behind,
believe it like a tailor leaves a stitch, so
you can find
the pattern of your resilience when
you go blind.
I ain't blind yet, I see clearer with each loose thread. The unraveling show me I'm not what I have, I'm what I said. When I said
I won't give up,
that promise is a knot that holds the whole damn sweater together, whether I like it or not.
you think being unbreakable
Means
never coming undone.
no.
Being unbreakable
Means
coming undone and still choosing to become.
the unraveling,
It's not your enemy.
it's the thing that reminds you.
You are more than the shape they gave you.
So let it unravel.
Let the threads fly, because every loose string is a chance to reach unbreakable in the unraveling.
Yeah. When the walls come down, I'm still standing,
Still standing, thread by thread, I lose it all,
but I don't break.
I just recrawl. Unbreakable in the unraveling.
Unbreakable.
Every loose string is a song I'm singing.
Sing it.
You can't destroy what's made of light.
No, you can't.
I fall apart
To
to grow back right.
unraveling,
Unraveling.
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Yeah, still me. Soul2tivation, still unbreakable.
Now go unravel something beautiful. There's a weight inside your chest that nobody else can see. You wake up every morning feeling less like you should be. The world keeps moving faster while you're frozen where you stand. And every smile you offer feels like something you just planned. You hear the quiet voices telling you you're not enough. Like every road you're walking was never meant for love. You try to keep pretending like the darkness isn't real, but every sigh and moment reminds you how you feel. But even in the deepest night, a spark can still remain. And every heart that feels this lost is stronger than the pain. Depression may surround you like a never-ending night, but even endless darkness cannot erase the light. The storm inside your mind will not last forever through. Hold on through the shadows. The sunrise waits for you. Wondering who you'd be if the world inside your mind would finally set you free. You watch the days keep passing like a train you cannot chase, while the mirror shows a stranger standing in your place. But every tear that falls tonight is proof you still can feel, and every breath you're taking is proof that you can when it faces day. Depression may surround you like a never-ending night, but even endless darkness cannot erase the light. The storm inside your mind will not last forever through. Hold on through the shadows. The sunrise waits for you. Thoughts. You are not your fear. You are every quiet battle that brought you standing here. Every soul that's ever healed once stood where you stand now. And the light you think is gone is still inside you somehow. Depression may surround you, but it will not. The strength it takes to stay alive is quiet bravery. This darkness does not define you. It's a chapter passing through. And somewhere past the shadows, a brighter sky waits for you. Everyone thinks silence is peace. But sometimes, silence is a room full of screams nobody hears. Today, I'm gonna name them. When the silence screams louder than your name, and the walls start whispering you're the one to blame.
Yeah.
Don't believe the quiet, it's a liar in disguise.
Yeah.
The loudest war is far behind the calmest eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When the silence screams louder than your heart, and you're falling, but you've been falling from the start. That scream is not the ending, it's the start of the fight. Just breathe, just stay, just make it through the night.
I used to think that silence meant I finally had control. No more arguments, no more digging in my soul. But the quiet after everyone left was a different kind of noise, a frequency of emptiness that murdered all my joys.
I sit in my room at 1 AM and listen to the hum of the fridge, the clock, the blood, and then the silence would come. Not like a friend, like a flood, like 1,000 voices telling me I'm not good enough, not good enough, not good enough to be loved, not smart enough to succeed, not pretty enough for the pictures, not strong enough for the need. The silence screamed so loud I cover both my ears, but the voice was inside, it had been there for years.
I stopped answering calls, stopped opening the blinds, stopped recognizing the person that the mirror defined. My mother said,
so quiet.
She thought it was a phase. She didn't know the silence was a wildfire in a maze.
Then one night I wrote a note, not a letter, just one line. If anyone finds it, tell them I tried to be fine, but I didn't sign it. I just stared at the pen, and the silence screamed, do it.
And then I screamed back, when?
That one saved me because asking when means not yet, and not yet is a window, a small crack breathing jet.
So I put down the paper, I turned on a song, and the silence got quieter.
Not gone, but not as strong. When the silence screams louder than your name,
and the walls start whispering,
you're the one, walls start whispering, you're the one to blame.
Don't believe the quiet,
believe the quiet, it's a liar in disguise.
The loudest war is
far behind the calmest eyes. When the silence screams louder than your heart, and you're falling, but you've been falling from the start. That scream is not the ending, it's the start of the fight. Just breathe, just stay, just make it through the night.
Let me tell you what the silence really is. It's not empty, it's a stadium full of every fear you never said, every wish you never sent me. It's the ghost of every I love you that got swallowed by pride. It's the echo of the version of you that quietly died.
But here's the secret they don't put in the wellness pamphlet. Silence screams because it wants to be heard. It's not a damn threat. It's a child tugging on your sleeve saying look at me. So look, acknowledge, say I see you now, let me be. I started talking to my silence out loud like a friend. Hello, fear of failing. Hello, fear of no end. Hello, shame from the night I didn't say no. Hello, grief that I'm still carrying from 20 years ago. And every time I named the scream, it got a little small. Not gone, but quiet enough to hear my own footfall. I walked to the kitchen, made tea, called my brother first time in 6 months. He cried, said I thought I lost you, sister. The silence didn't vanish, but it stopped being a master. It became a background hum, then a whisper, then a pastor preaching, you are still here, so the sermon isn't through. The loudest silence taught me that I'm louder than the quiet too. You think silence is the absence of sound? No, silence is the presence of everything that couldn't get out. So let it scream, let it rage, and then scream back. I am louder than the quiet. I am more than the riot inside my own mind. Every breath is a drum beat. Hear it now. I'm taking back the silence. Watch me how. Silence screams louder than your name. Louder. The walls start whispering, you're the one to blame, not my blame. Don't believe the quiet. It's a liar in disguise. The loudest word is fought behind the calmest eye. Behind these eyes. When the silence screams louder than your heart, and you fall, but you've been falling from the start. That scream is not the ending, it's the start of the fight. Just breathe, just stay, just make it through the night.
Yeah, I'm still here.
The silence is screaming.
Good.
Now I'm screaming back. When the silence screams, when the silence screams,
I dance.
not because it's easy, because I can.
And the loudest thing in the room is the person who stayed.
You stay too, I know it.
Now, let's go make some noise. Yeah, they gave me a percentage, 10% chance of making it out, 5% chance of staying clean, 0% chance of ever standing here. The numbers don't know my name. Let me show you the new map. I am the survivor's map. Watch me at every scar, every loss, every hand I never had. They said the odds were zero. Look at me now. Woo! I'm the one who rewrote the lie. I am the survivor's map.
Watch me divide
Pain into power.
tears into pride.
You can keep your statistics, your forecast, your graph.
I am the variable that breaks you in half.
Yeah, let me take you back to the report card of my life. Average youth likely to be dead by 25. They wrote me off in a manila folder, case number 943.
Said this one won't graduate, won't work, won't ever be free.
I grew up in a house where the math was simple. No food plus no heat equals no future. Just a pimple on the face of a city that already had enough scars. My mother worked 3 jobs and still couldn't afford the stars.
By 13,
I was selling what I shouldn't on the block.
by 15,
I had a record and a key to a cell lock. The judge looked at me and said, son,
you're a statistic waiting to happen.
I look back,
Not with anger,
with the promise I start trapping. Not trapping drugs, trapping moments, trapping breath, trapping every second to try to be my death. See the math
they gave me was a coffin with a ruler.
but I'm the kind of broken that is sharper, not duller. They said
95% of kids like you end up inside or dead.
I said that leaves 5%. I'll take that thread. A thread is all a rope needs. A rope is all a ladder needs. A ladder is all a roof needs to plant the strangest seeds.
I am the survivor's man. Watch me
Add
at
it up.
every scar, every loss, every hand I never had.
They said the odds were zero.
Look at me now.
Look at me now.
I'm the one who rewrote the lie.
I am the survivor. narcissist. Don't you dare look back, don't you dare become the grunt. His math was different, same numbers, different sum. He added the wrong column, I added where the light comes from. I remember sleeping in a car with my sister who was 3.
I remember telling her close your eyes.
The stars are watching me.
She didn't know the stars were just the holes in a blanket we shared.
But that lie became a truth because somebody cared. I went to community college on a loan that took 10 years to pay. Every semester the advisor said drop out while you can. Hey,
I said watch me graduate, and I did by a thread.
3.01 GPA, but that .01 was the shed.
Where I kept my hope when the world said
You better off dead. Then came the job market.
no degree from a real school.
I sent 500 resumes,
Each one a broken tool.
but number 501 said
Coming for an interview.
that one, yes.
We wrote the math
of every no I ever knew. Now I'm standing in an office with my name on a wooden door.
and the kid who was 0%.
He's not zero anymore. They can keep their statistics, their algorithms, their cold predictions.
I am the survivor's man.
The error in their fictions. What if every
Impossible is just a door without a key.
and what if you're the locksmith they didn't expect to see?
The world wants you to believe the numbers never lie.
But numbers never lived through a Tuesday when they wanted to die.
Numbers never held a mother's hand.
While she took her last breath,
Numbers never chose to live.
when every bone screamed for death.
So here's my new equation.
One breath plus one step equals one more day.
One more day,
Plus one more choice equals
1,000 miles away.
from the place they
Buried you alive in a spreadsheet.
I am not a data point.
I am the heartbeat. I am the survivor. Watch me. Every scar, every loss, every hand I never had.
They said the odds are 0.
Look at me now.
Look at me,
I'm the one who rewrote the
I
alive.
am the survivor's man.
Watch me divide.
Pain into power.
Tears it into pride.
You can keep your statistics, your forecast, your graphs. Keep them.
I am the variable that breaks you in half.
You wanna know the survivor's math? It's simple.
One refusal to quit, one stubborn spark.
Divided by 0 cares about the dark.
I am the variable.
I am the proof.
Hey, I am the math.
that never needed a roof. Survivor's math.
Survivor's math.
Watch me, yeah.
Watch me, yeah.
Watch me.
They tell me the blade is swinging any day now, any breath. But I've been counting the seconds for years, and I'm still here. So let me show you how to waltz.
I'm dancing in the shadow of the guillotine.
Every step I take is a scene they never seen.
The blade keeps falling, but it misses every time.
'Cause I move to the rhythm of a different kind of rhyme.
I'm dancing in the shadow. Watch me spin, watch me spin. Every breath's a victory, every scar a grin. You can't keep your coffin, keep your cold machine.
I'm too busy dancing in the
Shadow of the guillotine.
Let me take you to the morning I first met the blade. I was 17, broken and afraid. The doctor said to hear it most, your heart's a ticking clock. I went home and stared at the ceiling. Then I
Took a walk, not a walk to end it, a walk to begin the funeral of my fear, the resurrection of my grin. I thought if death is watching, let me give it a show. Every tear became a disco ball, every pain a glow.
I lost my hair to the chemo, lost my friends to the fight. Some said just give up, it's easier to lose than to fight the night. But the night was just a curtain and the blade was just a prop. I started dancing on my hospital bed. They thought I'd lost the plot, but losing the plot is winning.
When the story was a lie that said you're already dying, so why even try? I said dying is not living, they're two different verbs. So I danced through the nausea, danced through the curves.
So the chemo, the radiation, the pity in their stares. I danced in the waiting room, I danced on the stairs.
The nurses thought I was crazy, maybe I was a little, but crazy kept me breathing when the guillotine was brittle. I'm dancing in the shadow of the guillotine.
Every step I take is a scene they never seen.
The blade keeps falling, but it misses every time.
'Cause I move to the rhythm of a different kind of rhyme.
I'm dancing in the shadow. Watch me spin, watch me spin. Every breath's a victory, every scar a grin. You can keep your coffin, keep your coat machine.
I'm too busy dancing in the shadow of the guillotine. Now let me take you to the year my mother passed away. The blade swung twice, once for her, once for my own dismay.
I stood at the grave and the shadow was so cold.
I could hear the guillotine whisper,
You're next to so
I'm told. But I remembered my own promise from the hospital bed,
the one where I said I'll dance till the day I drop dead.
So I put on a favorite song, some old Motown thing,
and I waltzed on the wet grass, let the morning bell ring.
the funeral guests look horrified.
Too soon, too strange.
But grief without dancing is just a cage with a longer range.
I dance for her, I dance for me, I dance for every breath
that the guillotine thought it had stolen.
I danced in the face of death.
When the bipolar came,
The blade inside my own skull.
some days I couldn't move.
Some days I was too full.
The fire and terror and the urge to just let the blade fall.
But on the worst days I played this song,
And I gave the shadow a call.
I said, Shadow, you're my dance partner now. Hold me close. The blade is just a mirror showing what we fear the most.
And if I'm dancing in your shadow, that means I'm still in the light. So spin me,
Swing me,
try to cut me,
I'll be fine.
alright. What if the guillotine is not an enemy, but a state?
And every moment you survive becomes a turning page.
They said you have 6 months.
That was 12 years ago.
They said you won't walk again.
Watch me go.
The blade is just a story that
The frightened tell themselves.
but I am the librarian.
I put the story on the shelf and I dance, I dance, I dance. I'm dancing in the shadow of the guillotine.
The blade, the
The step
blade.
I take is a scene they never see.
They never see.
Leaves falling, but it misses every time.
Every
As I
time.
move to the rhythm of a different kind of rhyme. I'm dancing in the shadow. Watch me spin, watch me spin, watch me spin. That's a victory. Every scar a grin.
A grin.
Keep your coffin, keep your cold machine.
Keep it.
I'm too busy dancing in the shadow of the guillotine. Dancing, dancing.
The blade never falls on the one who keeps moving.
So move, even if it's just your thumb tapping on the bed.